the definitions, the functions, and management processes in retail. We have also seen the theories of retail evolution, wherein we have seen environmental, cyclical, conflict, and life cycle theories. We have discussed about the evolution of retailing in India, its structure, and challenges. We have also discussed about the future of retailing in the course of dynamic market changes. So today let us discuss about the retailing strategy. Now, when we discuss about retailing strategy, we have to understand what is strategy. What is when we talk about strategizing something, we see strategy is a plan of action, which is you know uh, the plan that is taken up by the retailer. The definition goes: a retailing strategy is all about integrating organizational activities, utilizing and allocating the scarce resources within the organizational environment so as to meet the present objectives. Now, when we talk about objectives again, we are discussing so many technical terms. We are discussing about the strategies, we are discussing about the objectives and all. What do you understand by an objective? What is an objective? The objective is the target, what we have to achieve in the course of time. Now, that can we say the objective of a company is solely profit making? No. Initially, it could be, getting into a new market, establishing itself properly, achieving a position in the market, acquiring the target market, and there are different objectives that are to be met. So, taking that into consideration, a retailer, he would be coming up with a retailing strategy. So, this retailing strategy would include different objectives such as financial objectives, social objectives, human resources, etc. So, taking all these things into consideration, the retailer would be coming up with his marketing strategy. Retailers need to devote more attention to long-term strategic plan. Why long-term strategic planning? When when an individual starts a company, he doesn't start a company thinking that, yeah, I'll work, I'll run this company for 1 year or 5 years or 10 years, and then I'll stop. I'll close this company, sit at home and relax. No. When a company started, we expected to, run for ever. We do not plan to close it down or things like that unless there are some unforeseen conditions or drastic conditions, right? So we have to go for long-term strategic planning to cope effectively with the growing intensity of retail competition as well as shifts in consumer needs. Why do you think there will be shifts in consumer needs? As the standard of living of people increases, their desires or wants turn into needs. Earlier, maybe 50 years back, a car was a luxury. It was, you cannot call it as a want also. It was a luxury. Like nobody needed a car. We just needed a decent bus service in which we can stand and go from one place to another place. But today, car has become a need of so many people. So taking that need into consideration, they have come up with so many different cars of which meet the needs of different people within different budgets. So the customer needs shift from one point to another point. Earlier, children used to walk to schools. Today, parents are reluctant to send their children by road to school. They expect they expect their children to reach schools in a very safe environment. So they want to have a very loyal, a very trustworthy auto wala or a taxi wala to take their children. Some people are reluctant to send their children with auto also. They want to drop them and pick them up by themselves. Right? So because of many reasons, the customer needs change. Taking that into consideration, a retailer also has to craft his strategy. So there are three important elements of retail strategy. The first one being the target market segment. Who is our target market? Who is our target? Whom are we targeting our product up to? Taking that into consideration, well, depending on the age group, these are demographic factors. I'm sure you people are aware of the different factors that are considered while, coming up with target market segment. Demographic segmentation is there depending on the age, the income, and the stage of life cycle. The target customers are taking that into consideration. We'll be segmenting the market. Depending on the location, also the market is segmented, and there are other factors. Then the retail format. How do you want your outlet to be? People just they don't need your outlet, they just need a product. Kotler has very beautifully come up with an expression saying that when a lady purchases a lipstick, she is not purchasing a color, she is purchasing the confidence of looking good. So people don't need your retail outlet, they need their product. While purchasing that product, what type of experience they are having, that is all about a retail format. Then the approaches in building a sustainable competitive advantage. What do you mean by competitive advantage? We have seen that we are picking up a group of people and we are offering our products or services to them so that they will become our target customers. Once they know there is certain product and they know where to purchase that product, they would be coming up, there's some reason to purchase our product and they'll be coming to our store. When they come to our store, they should not go to some other store for the same product because this product is being supplied by many more competitors of ours. They have to come down to our store only. Why? Because maybe they are getting a different kind of experience to purchase this product. Yesterday, we have discussed about that. We have seen that if you go to a Kirana store and ask them for some sugar, they'll pack the sugar and they'll give it to you. But when you go to a supermarket, you will be checking the different brands of sugar. Sugar is same, the sweetness is same and everything. But they'll add a tag of, high, better quality sugar. They'll price it a little high, saying that this is organic sugar and things like that. Taking that into consideration, you are providing them with an experience of purchasing something. So that is something which cannot be copied by your competitor. If your competitor is not able to copy this particular experience you are providing them, maybe that could be the quality of the product, or that could be the ambience of your outlet, or that could be the sales force, the sales people who are handling the customers, and all these things. So if your competitor cannot copy what you are coming up with, then that becomes your competitive advantage. And once you have that competitive advantage, then you are going to be in the market for a very long period of time. Now let us see what is the strategy again. Strategy is a blueprint of decisions in an organization that shows its objectives and goals. What's the difference between objective and goal? Getting good marks in a company, I'm sorry, getting good marks in the examination and getting a degree could be your goal. But your objective should be learning. I have to learn, I have to understand, and I have to develop knowledge. How do you develop knowledge? By reading, by studying, by understanding. Right? So that is the difference between objective and goal. So strategy is a blueprint of decisions in an organization that shows its objectives and goals. It reduces the key policies and plans for achieving these goals and defines the business the company is to carry on, what is the business the company wants to carry on, and the type of economic and human organization it wants to be. Like you may say, what a company wants to be, it wants to be rich, it wants to make lot of money, it wants to make lot of profits. It need not always be the case. We have seen Tatas, we have seen Ambanis, the richest people in the world. They are not there just to make profit. They are there to make a difference in the world. Right? Maybe they are there to give you a better product. See, until Dhirubhai Ambani came up with his pioneer plan, till then we were paying money for incoming calls also. Now, I don't know, the youngsters, they do not understand or they don't have knowledge about this. But first, when the cell phones were introduced, we had to pay for incoming calls also. That is making money only. You are paying for calls that are coming to your phone, and also when you are making a call, you used to pay around 6 rupees per call. That was very costly, right? And there were people who were doing that. They were paying that kind of amount, and they were using the cell phones. But Dhirubhai Ambani has come up with a pioneer offer wherein there was no charge for incoming calls, and outgoing calls from anywhere to anywhere in the country, they were charging 1 rupee. That made a revolution in information technology world. After that, Airtel had to cut down its charges, Tata had to cut down its charges, and so on and so forth. Why did Dhirubhai did not want to make profits out of it? No, that's not the case. He wanted to bring out change in the society, because of which he had come up with such policy. So that is the objective, that is the goal of that particular company. I'm not saying all the companies should go for a social work or something like that. No, but adding some amount of social welfare definitely helps the company. So, and coming up with how to build sustainable competitive advantage, building strong customer relationships. How will you build strong customer relationship? Yesterday, again, I would like to go back to our previous example of Uncle Shop. If we know some kirana wala who is near our place, we call him uncle and we purchase all our products over there, convenience products over there, and we maintain a khata once in a month. We go, we repay that He doesn't mind waiting after a month also. He will give you the credit for more than 1 month. That is how we build a relationship with our kirana. But is it possible with every other store? No. So how can a store build a relationship with its customers? You purchase a car. After coming home, when you are using that car, after 1 month or 2 months, you will get a reminder saying that, yeah, your new car's servicing is due. Would you like to come down and drop your car here so that we can provide you with the service and you can take it back? Now, that is what is normal. What is abnormal? They offer you value added service. Like if you don't have time to come down to give your car for service, we don't mind sending someone to your doorstep. We'll take your car, we'll provide all the service, and we'll get it back to you for a small little extra charge. What are you doing here? You're not only just providing the service for the car, you are building a relationship with the customer. Right? When you talk to a customer service executive, you expect them to be at their utmost good behavior. Whatever query you have, whatever problem you have, you expect them to solve it. At least address it properly, right? That is how you build customer relationship. Now, when you walk into a store, when you need something, if you are assisted by some executive over there who can actually get to know your problem and come up with a solution, you are more than happy. You are delighted. Earlier, we used to say the companies target customer satisfaction. Today, it is more than satisfaction. We target customer delight. We want our customers to be more than happy. Then strategic location choices. When we are talking about retailing, we would like to have our outlet very near to the consumer location. That is called strategic location. Now they know these are the things that are needed here. Again, let me tell you, when you are purchasing a two-wheeler or some automobile, it's not just the car or two-wheeler you are purchasing. The retailer, he wants to have people over there who can help you with your registration, your insurance and everything. He wants all these services available to you at the same point. That is strategic location choice. Then effective human resources. We all know what are human resources. Human resources are people who are involved in the business, who are ready to cater your needs. Now, how are these human resources helpful to you? These human resources are helpful when they can provide you with the information that you actually need and also render help that you need. They should not only, now again, let me give you an example of a service. You go to a restaurant, you order a meal over there. Again, why are you going to a restaurant? If you're hungry, you can eat at any, food truck or somewhere, no? That will save you a lot of money. But when you're walking into a restaurant, you are there to have an experience. You want to enjoy the ambience. So you are walking into a restaurant. There are two possibilities. One, the product, that is, the food should be good, tasty, right? That is one. Then two, the service should be good. The waiter, however good the food is, if the waiter is grumpy and if he is just throwing the food in front of you and walking away as if he doesn't care, however good or however tasty the food is, that will not serve the purpose. So the quality of service depends on the person who is providing the service. So the waiter has to be trained how to serve the food properly when you're serving your customers and other things. So When you have got that kind of human resources, that kind of people who are ready to help, who are ready to provide service with a smile, who are patient enough with people who are not very knowledgeable about the products or services they need. If an elderly person walks in to purchase a laptop or computer, then he may need all the information according to what he needs. He may be a very good accountant, but he may not have the kind of knowledge that is needed to purchase a laptop. In that case, you need a salesman who can provide him with all the information and also the kind of laptop he needs. Once when that is done, you have acquired a customer for life. That laptop may be there with him for maybe 5, 6 years or maximum 10 years. After 10 years also, he would like to come back to the same store to purchase maybe the same company laptop or the same person or company. He would like them to assist him to purchase his next laptop. So that is what is called effective human resources. Then robust information systems. Information is the key for whatever is happening in our life right now. We want to eat right, we want to sleep right, we want to take the right course, we want to study the right thing, we want to write the right exam, everything. For all these things, we need right information. So when we are talking about robust information system, the retailer, he is acting as a bridge between the customers and the wholesalers. So he will be providing the right information. What are the products that are required by the people, how they are purchasing them. And like when we just let me give you a small little example of our day-to-day product, such as shampoo. Shampoo, everyone uses shampoo, right? Now, why suddenly we have seen shampoo being sold in sachets? And let me also continue talking about conditioners. Suddenly, shampoos are available in sachets and conditioners are available in sachets. Why? Earlier, again, let me take you back 50 years back. There were no shampoos or anything. We used to use the soap nuts to wash our hair. Suddenly, shampoo has been introduced, and those shampoos were available only in bottles. So, only certain amount of target markets were acquired by these shampoos. People did not want to waste their money because they are not sure after using shampoo your hair will be there or if there is hair fall. So they are spending money on shampoo and they are buying something which can damage their hair. So what do? They would like to experiment on that. You will not pay 150 rupees and buy a bottle of shampoo to experiment. Instead, I don't mind buying it at 1 or 2 rupees and wash my hair once so that I can get to know whether it is good or not. Once it is good, it is easy to carry and I like this product. I am going to purchase it in lump sum. The same case with conditioners also. India, it never bothered, using conditioner after shampoo and things like that. There were so many advertisements which claimed, yeah, this is a shampoo with conditioner. It is very good for your hair, blah, 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 and all that. Then they said, okay, it's all right. But again, slowly, conditioners were offered in sachets. And when people used it, when they liked it, they started purchasing in bulk, like in big bottles. These days, you are purchasing shampoos also, like 600 ml to 1 liter shampoos. You are purchasing. When you are aware of the product, you will slowly turn into a loyal customer of that product. These retailers, they keep a track of how customers are reacting to certain strategies and to certain products. When they get to know that, they can send that information to the manufacturers or to the wholesalers, and they can provide you with the products that you actually need. Again, let me give you an example of our comfort fabric conditioners. We never heard about fabric conditioners earlier, right? And what is the main need for a fabric conditioner? It will condition your fabric and keep it soft. But what is the tagline that is used by the company to sell this fabric conditioner? It leaves back a very pleasant fragrance. You are purchasing this product for an entirely different reason. But whatever the reason is, ultimately you are making the purchase. So this sort of information is being provided by the retailer to the wholesaler, because of which they can make the right choices of manufacturing the right product. Now let us see what are the different growth strategies in retail. I am sure you people remember when we talked about growth strategies in marketing we have seen. There are 4 different types of growth strategies, in which the first one is market penetration, next one is market expansion, then comes retail format development and diversification. Why is it so important for any retailer to go with these strategies? Because the kind of environment we have seen once need not always be there, always. The market changes. The only thing which is constant in the market is change. So taking that change into consideration, you have to change your strategies. We have seen initially the first step of our life cycle would be innovation. We are coming up with a new product or a new concept or a new service. Swiggy was a new service. We never thought someone can come home and provide us with the food we want from the hotel or restaurant from where we want to purchase, right? It is a new innovative strategy. It is not a product, it is a service. It is a new innovative service. Once that service is introduced in the market, people have to be aware. Yeah, so and so service is available. Swiggy is available for us to get our food to our doorstep. Then once people are aware of it, they start using it. Then comes the growth strategy. Then comes the growth phase where everybody, now people stop. Now, I am not exaggerating when I say most of the people stop cooking at home. They don't mind getting food from outside because they are not going out. There is someone else who is getting you the food for you. So the demand for Swiggy has grown, because of which it has got a competitor, which is Zomato. Now, Swiggy and Zomato, both of them together have got so many competitors. Now, these providers themselves, they say, you don't have to have Swiggy or Zomato. We are going to deliver things to your doorstep. Subway delivers food by itself. McDonald's deliver food to your doorstep and things like that. So what are the different strategies at this stage, which is the growth stage? The first one is market penetration. Now, just check this table where on x-axis you have target markets and on y-axis you have retail format. Retail formatting means the point where these products are available. For example, your retail store, right? So when we are talking about existing target markets and existing retail format, that means existing store, how do you penetrate? You penetrate by adding, new products to existing customers. So existing customers, again, let me give you the example of conditioners. Existing customers use shampoos. You would try to sell them conditioners in the same retail outlet. That is an example of market penetration. Then comes market expansion, wherein you are going for new target markets with existing retail format. How do you do that? Suddenly you might say, see, if you're coming in with your student ID, you will be getting 5% discount. All these days, we have catered the needs of maybe householders or family people or things like that. Now you want to go to a new target market, that is students. And you say, you walk in with your student ID, you will get so and so like 5% or 3% reduction in price. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to go for new target markets with our existing outlet. Then retail format development. Now, how are we developing our own format? Till now, we have seen retail format, no? So this is the point where you are selling your products and your customers are buying the products. Now, how will you develop this? You will be coming up with new format for the same market. Earlier also there were people who used to purchase the products. For example, shampoos, let us say. We will be dividing them into, you know, dandruff care shampoos or shampoos for hair fall avoiding or the new type of shampoo which help in hair growth, for cleaning your scalp, for cooling your scalp, and things like that. You are having your own different section for particular products for the same customers who are coming to you earlier. Then the last growth strategy is diversification. This here you are coming up with new products for a new market, right? So if you say new format for new market, you are trying to go for a new target customers with a new market. Like pencils were there. Let me give you this example. Camlin pencils are there. I hope all of you remember Natraj pencils, Camlin pencils. As the students, we used to use them. I'm not sure about the current generation, but I'm sure you people remember these things. So suddenly they have come up with a new color pencil, like new pencil, normal pencil with a different color. And they said this is an exam pencil. It's the same pencil that is used always, but they have given it a new name saying that this is an exam pencil with which you can write your exams better. Right? So all the people who used to use Natraj pencils, suddenly if it is an examination, you have to use this exam pencil. They are appealing to the younger generation of that time. So you are coming up with a new product and targeting new market. These are the growth strategies in retail. Then what are the international growth strategies? What's the difference between a growth strategies and international growth strategy? Growth strategies that we have discussed earlier, we have discussed about our domestic markets. Here, let us discuss about international markets. Why international markets? We always give this example. In India, initially, there was an international soft drink that has walked in, whose name is Coca-Cola. Okay, and Coca-Cola, it has come into India from the USA. In USA, Coca-Cola had a competitor by name Pepsi. Now, when Coke has entered India, and when it started making lot of profits in India, what will this company do with its profits? It will take these profits and go back to its country and try to beat competition in that country. Maybe by adding few more flavors or by cutting down the price of the product, etc., etc. So what does Pepsi have to do now? Pepsi also has to enter into a new market to beat its competitor in this market. So when Coke entered India, after a while, even Pepsi had to enter into India, because unless it beats its competition in India, it cannot beat its competition in USA. That is how things work. So that is the reason why companies go for expansion. Now, when companies go for expansion, there also their life cycle begins with introduction stage. Once you have surpassed the introduction stage, you will be moving on to the growth stage. And at the growth stage, you will be following these strategies where you should be very clear with your goals. The goals of any new retailer will be increased sales. When can you expect increased sales? When you are getting the pulse of your target customers and catering to their needs. Then you will be having a better bargaining power. Why better bargaining power? Because you are buying products in bulk and you are selling your products in huge amounts. So you can bargain with your suppliers to provide these products on time and at a possibly cheaper price. Because of which you can provide these products to your customers at a cheaper price and on time. And there is no problem in your supply chain management. And efficiency to provide customers with the products which are needed on time. For example, if you want to sell, woolen clothes in summer, would that meet the purpose? It doesn't. Similarly, selling cotton clothes in winter, things like that. And these are just examples. So, efficiency means providing good products to the customers at an efficient pricing and in time supply. Then, what are the success factors for international growth? Global advantage. What can be a global advantage? If you are selling your product worldwide, I cannot say worldwide, but in many countries, more than one country, let us say. And these products are good for environment, and also they are good for the customers who are using them. Then that is one of the success factors. And adaptability of the retailer. We have seen that different countries have got different cultures, different habits, different attitudes, and different approachabilities. Your company has to adapt all of them to push your product in the market. If you do not know what a certain color represents in that country, what a certain sound represents in that country, a certain gesture represents in that country, without knowing all these things, if you want to sell away your product to them, the market may not accept your product. So you have to come up with your approach in such a manner that it is adapted in whichever country you are trying to penetrate into. Then global culture. We have to understand that the world again has become a global village wherein we are following a similar culture. Again, 20, 30 years back, we never knew what is a Halloween. Today, Halloween is celebrated in schools and things like that. We never had something called Mother's Day, Father's Day, Friends Day, Rose Day, and all these things. But slowly that culture has crept into our country, because of which the sale of certain products have gone up. So people are adapting global culture, because of which the demand for certain products is there in the market, And when there is a demand, we should be in a position to supply those products. The last one is the financial resources. When we talk about finance, the only thing we remember is money. But money is not only the one financial resource that is needed for a retailer. The other resources could be, getting products or supply on time and on credit. If you are so credit worthy in the market, you need not pay through your nose for the initial supply of the product. The market takes care of the product supply. And once you are established in the market, definitely you will make profits, and these suppliers and wholesalers will be a part of your success. Now let us see what is a financial strategy. The goal of any financial strategy will be balancing profitability with growth. What is this balancing profitability with growth? We know what is profit and we know what is growth. How do you balance both of them? Now, you see your balance sheet wherein the assets and liabilities both should be equal. That means the amount of money that you have spent and the amount of money that you have made should be equal. Right? Now, assets and liabilities, they should be equal. That means if you are saving more, that means you are not spending as much as you have to spend in the market, because of which it will lead to growth. You are not doing that. If you are spending more, your liabilities are more. That means you are not saving enough to, for the rainy day of the company. That balancing should always be there. Then there is something called strategic profit model, in which we'll be coming up with operating profit margin and asset turnover and rate of asset. So, taking these things into consideration, we will be crafting our financial strategy. So, how do we measure the performance in retailing? When we check out for the output measures, we will be checking on our sales, how are our sales, and what is the amount of profit we are making. You might say, when your sales are high, then your profit also should be high. It need not always be the case. If your sales are high, maybe you are offering them at a 50% discount, then the sales could be high, but your profit need not be high. Your profit can be a little low than what it actually has to be. Then how is your growth pace in the market? Then what are the input measures when you are performing? When you are measuring the performance in retailing. How is your inventory? How are you maintaining your inventory? And how are your employees performing in the market, because of which your productivity is increasing and your returns are increasing. Then comes productivity measures. So we'll be checking how are the sales made by each of the employee, sales per employee. Now, if you are making your employee lie about the product and ultimately by hook or crook he is selling the product. Today you have got a customer, but again tomorrow you will not get the customer back. It is costlier to retain a customer rather than getting a new customer. How do you retain a customer? By providing him with proper information, proper services, and proper products. So this is how we measure our employee productivity. We'll check the sales per employee, and if we are getting our customers back, repeat purchases are being made of, and what are the sales per square foot. You have a big outlet wherein you are selling only small little amount of products. Then half of your profits are gone to pay the rent for that place. So per square foot of your outlet, how many products are being sold? These things will be taken into account. So asset management in retail. What are assets? Assets are those things with the help of which we make a sale and we keep the asset to ourselves. A building is an asset. The pen that is used by a cashier is an asset. The laptops which are used, the computers which are used in the retail outlet are assets. The ladders which are used, the shelves which are used, all these things are assets. The key components of asset management are inventory, fixed assets, and accounts receivable. What are the accounts receivable? The amount that is going to be received by the company are accounts receivable. Setting and measuring performance objectives. How do you set and measure performance objectives? You try to set measurable targets. You cannot say, you have to sell away all the woolen clothes that are available in our outlet in the month of March, April. You cannot do that because seasonal demand will be there, right? What are measurable targets? So, taking the market into consideration, taking the people into consideration, you will be trying for measurable targets. And if these targets are met, then that means your performance is reasonably good. Establish timelines. You cannot say you have to sell 10 products without giving them any time frame. So you can sell those 10 products within a week, within a month, within a year. That is not going to help. You have to set a timeline. And you also have to allocate resources. Without anything in hand, if you want your sales force to perform, that is not possible. You have to allocate them resources. Like you go out to purchase a cell phone. They'll be showing you a dummy phone. They'll be showing you saying that, yeah, if you're purchasing this model phone, this is going to be the shape of it. This is going to be how it looks. And these are the features in that and things like that. But if you can provide them with an actual phone or depending on the demand of the market, then definitely it will make some sort of a change, some sort of a difference. So this is all about our retail strategy elements and the importance in building sustainable growth. Now in our next session, we will be talking about how consumer behaviors change and how retailers have to adjust with the change in consumer behavior and with the technical innovations. So that's all for me for now. I hope you have enjoyed this session. I hope it is informative as it is needed. If you have any questions or queries, do post your questions in the comments so that we can come up with the answer. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you.